This is the ROG Xbox Ally, and hot take here, but this might just be the best deal in gaming right now, at least as far as PC gaming handhelds go. And with a few tricks like completely removing Windows from this Windows handheld in favor of SteamOS, it might also be one of the best handhelds you can buy, at least brand new. Unfortunately, gaming and computers in general have become incredibly expensive due to the SSD and RAM shortage because of data centers, and a little bit of corporate collusion. So I was surprised when I saw this for $599 when the Steam Deck OLED now costs $789. And in a lot of cases, the Ally is better, especially with SteamOS. And if you think SteamOS is a complicated install or you're a little bit worried about the process, I'll put a tutorial down below. It is literally called How to Install SteamOS on the Ally in 7 minutes. The whole process from downloading the image file to actually being logged in and updating on Steam took less time than the Windows setup screen. I know that sounds like an exaggeration or a joke, but that's the truth. And it was stupid easy to do. Before we get into it though, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. A like and a sub to the channel goes a very long way. It really means a lot. And we are almost at 100,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Thank you guys for being here. Honestly, you've really changed my life and I love y'all. Okay, so for $599, what exactly are you getting? I mean, outside of a cardboard stand, a power adapter, and the Ally, not much, but what's inside I think is very well worth the cost, especially today. So it's using the new AMD Ryzen Z2A processor. If you're familiar with the Steam Deck, it's slightly more powerful and also pretty efficient. You do get a 1080p display, although it's not OLED, but in terms of resolution, it's sharper than the Steam Deck OLED, and it does run at a higher 120 Hz versus the 90 on the deck. For me, the trade-off isn't the fact that it's LCD versus OLED, it's the fact that the Steam Deck display is slightly larger, and it uses a taller 16:10 aspect ratio, which in my opinion makes games feel a lot more immersive. Though when it comes to the hardware, everything else is pretty similar. You get 16 gigs of RAM on the Xbox Ally, it comes with a 512 gig SSD, it also has back buttons, but only 2 over the 4 on the deck, and I would argue that the Xbox controller layout is quite a bit more comfortable than the Steam Deck's. If you're someone that likes to play shooters or games that require a little bit more precision from the analogs, I personally think the Allies are better, and they're slightly more accurate. But what I like most is the asymmetrical layout, which makes the right analog much easier to use for those types of games. Anyways though, I know it sounds like it, this is not a deck versus Ally video. It's more so a look at what the cheapest brand new handheld that you can get you. And I think it's hard to argue with the value that's actually here. See, originally when this launched, I completely overlooked it. I mean, I wasn't someone that played indie titles, even though I like handhelds. My benchmark for them would typically be, could it run Call of Duty, so I could grind camo challenges or something while I was in bed. Though this last year I've taken a step back from shooters and I play a lot more titles like roguelikes, life sims, and some larger open world RPGs that I could mindlessly dig into after a long day. And it was during that switchover that something like the Steam Deck started to make a little bit more sense for me. SteamOS is just much easier to use than Windows, it handles updates very well, and it even has a working standby mode so your games can stay updated and ready for you to play when you actually go to pick it up. Not to mention that as a handheld, even though the Windows experience was fine and an improvement over the desktop environment, it still has a lot of service bloat and it still uses way too many resources. And games, when they're running on SteamOS, for the most part, they give you more performance than their Windows counterpart, despite it running through a translation layer and not actually being natively written for Linux. How does that make sense? Take Elden Ring, for example. This is a pretty difficult title to run, and on Windows, this thing struggles, but on SteamOS, unplugged, I can get around 45 frames per second. And for a title like this, which is a pretty slow game with a huge open world, whilst being unplugged, I'm happy. On the deck, for it to get a playable frame rate on Elden Ring, I had to use tricks like frame gen using lossless scaling. And even then, while that is a fine experience, it does add input latency, which kind of just kills it for quite a lot of titles that require you to respond pretty quickly. I will say though, I was kind of worried. See, the ROG Xbox Ally isn't technically supported by SteamOS, but with Valve's official SteamOS image on 3.8 or higher, it actually works pretty well and gives you a pretty much out-of-box experience. I can adjust the TDP, I can set a manual clock for the GPU, and I have all of the settings and performance overlay options that you'd see on the Steam Deck. Though if you do want your thumbsticks to light up, you will need to use a plugin called Decky Loader. Now, Decky Loader is a good plugin to have regardless. It gives you the ability to theme SteamOS and make tweaks that you normally wouldn't be able to. And considering Decky Loader is basically a must-have on the Steam Deck anyway, and it's one of the first things that I actually install when setting up a Steam Deck, it's kind of a no-brainer to have on this regardless because it gives you access to a lot of plugins and features that you normally wouldn't have on SteamOS. What's funny though is even the Xbox button works the same as the Steam button, and the entire system uses the Xbox controller layout that you'd actually see on the physical Ally. And in case you were curious, you can still dock it, connect a Bluetooth controller, and have that Steam machine or living room experience. But why did I even do this in the first place? And is it something that you should consider? Okay, so my wife loves her Switch 2. She's completed a ton of games on it this year, and it's one of the few things that she's actually been picking up actively and enjoying when she has the time. The thing is though, is she's a PC gamer and she has a massive Steam library, but she doesn't have a way to take that library with her. And most of the games that she actually does want to play around the house or in bed are games that she'd have to play on her PC at her desk. So she wanted a handheld, specifically the Ally. And look, she's a technical person, she could figure her way around a Windows handheld, but would she want to? I thought the Ally was a perfect choice for the price point and performance considering the titles she'll be playing, though I knew some of the convenient features that came along with the Switch that she appreciates wouldn't necessarily translate well to a Windows handheld. And while I love being her support person, I also don't feel like fixing everything around the house or doing troubleshooting when something goes wrong. So considering SteamOS is more of a console experience, it's lighter weight, offers better performance, and is pretty easy to navigate and mess with, I figured it would be the best choice for her. And no, her or I didn't want to spend 1,300 Canadian dollars to get a Steam Deck today in this economy here in Canada. And that's even if the Steam Deck was in stock. Now, I am really happy with this decision, and it's kind of opened up a whole rabbit hole of confusion for me, because as everything's become more expensive, the Ally hasn't. Even though when the Z2A Xbox Ally launched, it didn't seem like the best deal for the performance that you're getting on paper, now it's been kind of propped up as the savior in the PC handheld space because it's one of the few options that I would say are actually affordable. Now, of course, before I handed this off to her, I had to have some fun with it and kind of just test it out, and I've been having a blast. Like I said, lately I've been playing a lot of mindless games, whether that's Mega Bonk, Cult of the Lamb, Ball X Pit, or Balatro. They've been really easy to dive into for a few hours and just turn my brain off. And while these are lower TDP and performance titles, and they don't require a lot of power, usually on a Windows handheld, you're still giving up quite a bit. They'll take longer to launch, you'll have to open up certain launchers or wait for those launchers to open up if you're using the full screen experience, and it can be quite tedious to tab out and change some settings on the device. But none of that's been an issue here with SteamOS. It's kind of wild how native this feels, almost like ASUS's intention with the Ally was to always have Steam on it. It's just funny seeing an ASUS co-branded product running an open source operating system that genuinely makes the device more enjoyable and easier to use. And because of the more efficient Z2A, which has already been pretty decent on Windows, even considering all of the bloat and extra services running nonstop, when running on SteamOS, I found the Allies to be about 15 to 20% better. So in something like Balatro, which of course is a lighter title, you can get easily over 7 hours, which means that not only are you getting a performance boost in most titles, as well as the genuine quality of life improvements that come along with how SteamOS has been built for handhelds, but you also get better battery life. And for a device that is supposed to be taken out of the house with you, to me this sounds like a no-brainer. So should you install SteamOS on the Ally? Yes. But as long as you aren't going to be playing any multiplayer titles that require kernel level anti-cheat, because that still doesn't work on Linux right now, so that writes off Call of Duty and some of those bigger multiplayer games. But other than that, I don't really see a compelling reason against doing this. And Lastly, I guess, should you consider something like the ROG Ally, whether it's your first PC handheld or you're looking to an alternative from something like the Steam Deck? Sure. Unless you're checking the used market and can find a deal on something a little more powerful, being able to pick this up for $600, I think is a steal. I'm not saying $600 is cheap, but given what's out there, I don't really see many alternatives, especially today. So anyways though, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I unfortunately have to give this to my wife now, and she's been kind of waiting on it. But a like and a sub to the channel is always appreciated if you made it all the way through, and consider dropping a controller emoji so I know who the real ones are. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.